Good morning, everybody. How are you guys today? It is a early morning here for me. I had a late night last night. We have some clouds here in Bangor, Maine this morning. Just want to do a quick shout out to all of the veterans out there that are on this channel and like to watch my content. I thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart for what you guys do. I also recognize that it is not only Veterans Day here in the United States, but it is also the celebration of the Commonwealth for Canada, Australia, etc., and all the allies who fought and died in conflicts from World War I all the way to present day. So any of you guys out there, you know, I'm an American, so of course, salute to the U.S. veterans out there. But if you are, I know I have a lot of UK viewers in Europe. I mean, your armed forces just as well. I'm sure you're proud of your soldiers that answer the call at night on dark, cold nights that do violent things on our behalf, so that we may enjoy the freedoms that we have here today. So, again, a very sincere thank you and a debt of gratitude for everybody out there who has served in the military around the world. So with that being said, let's get into today's flight, guys. It's good to see everybody here. Dimitri in the house. How's it going, my friend? Dougal McTavish, I hope you're doing all right, buddy. I did get your message, so I hope you are feeling good this morning. I hope we have a nice little stream for you as well. Flight Path, how's it going, buddy? J6R, good to see you here. Berto's in the house, so Runar, Jeff Bard, Wojtek CVR, Burak Uslu also here. All right, guys. So real quick, the overlay for flying that was normally on the top left of my screen is not there. And I have been trying to fix it. I've been redoing the GDI text thing 4 or 5 times, and I can't get it to pop up. So unfortunately, I don't have any stream overlay for you. I don't know if that's a new X-Plane thing that's it's causing that or what. So I'm going to have to do some more research in that after this stream. But as you can tell here, we are sitting on a military ramp. We're in Bangor, Maine, which is Bravo Golf Romeo. And I used to fly in here quite a bit. I haven't been up to Bangor in quite a while. But from some interesting facts about Bangor, Maine, it used to be known as the Dow Air Force Base, and it was the longest runway east of the Mississippi in 1958. And that's where they had B-52 bombers landing here. Bangor is also used as a common divert field for anybody coming across the pond from, all the heavies from London Heathrow and Europe and anything like that. There are... if there's any diversions, if they're flying to Kennedy or LaGuardia, Bangor, Maine is normally one of the divert destinations. It does have a very long runway and has services for all of that. Carl Childers coming in a $25 donation for Veterans Day. Safe flying. Carl, thank you, sir. Carl is also a naval aviator. Thank you very much, Carl, for your service in this great country. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for the support, my man. Glad to see you tuning in for this stream. So, all right, guys. I am not a Boeing guy. I will try to do my best. I haven't done a lot of flights in the 757. We're in the 757-200 now. This is the flight factor. We have our updated avionics. I have the aircraft sitting on ground power. It was in the alignment phase. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to just go ahead and load the aircraft. It was ready to go. We are beginning the loading process. We're going to take 150 veterans down to New York's LaGuardia Airport this morning. We've got 8,000 pounds of cargo, plenty of gas for an alternate 18,000 pounds of fuel. Relatively shorter flight. It's only about just under maybe an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, so hopefully we'll go off without a hitch. We are using the wonderful new avionics upgrade from Flight Factor. This is my first flight with the new avionics, so I normally like the old school avionics situation that 757 had, but you guys have been asking for it, and I think it'd be kind of cool to just do a little stream with it. So right now, I mean, if you guys aren't familiar with the 757 from Flight Factor, it's pretty decent. I do think the texturing, especially on the wings, is extremely outdated or just not up to par. I think their 7.6 is much better than the 7.5. I came to the wing view after looking at the 7.6, and I was a little bit disappointed. But it is what it is. We will get through it together. So there's a couple wing views for you. We had the de-ice truck out here. There was a little bit of frost on the aircraft, so we just had a Type 1 de-ice this morning. That should be accomplished already. So let's go ahead and load up the box here. We're going to go from KBGR to LGA. Now, I always have a hard time loading this up here. I always feel like I screw something up here. You guys watch me and see what I'm doing. So there's Route 1 and Route 2, and I guess, I don't know, I guess you have to program both of them for it to work properly? I don't know, you let me know. We're going to do the Bangor 2 departure, and let's go ahead and pull up the weather real quick from my active sky. Right now, the wind is 330 at 10, so we're going to take off on runway 33. On the Bangor 2, it's basically just a vector departure. And then let's go Bangor 2 vectors to Albany VOR, which is, we want to verify Albany VOR. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, you know what, do I have my, I do, here we go, beautiful. Charts, Bangor 3 RNAV, Albany is 15.3, so we can verify that right there. That's the one we want. Direct to Albany, activate. Now the arrival, so this is where it always puts me back to departures. So I guess I have to go back to, this is where I get screwed up, guys. So you Boeing guys, help me out here. So I want to put in the arrival now for LaGuardia. I go to route. Now how do I get, I guess I have to go to route 2. No, I don't want to do that. Legs plan. Route 1. Route data, legs. I want to put in the arrival. Now, I figured it out before. Now I screwed it. I can't figure it out. Just do arrival on the second one down on the right. So, I guess I have to do this arrival, LaGuardia. So it is route. I don't know. I guess it still says route 1. Okay, so HARP 3. There were landing 4. We're going to do Albany transition ILS 4. So we're going to have to fly down past LaGuardia here. Let's take a look at the arrival so we have a look on it here. So this is our arrival, the Harp 3 arrival. Sony Boy 94 499 super chat for the vets here and out there. Thank you for your service. Absolutely, Sony Boy. Thank you for your support to the channel, my friend. And absolutely, thank you, veterans out here and there, wherever you may be. Thank you very much. All right, so looking here, we're going to fly down the arrival, and for 4, essentially it's going to take us right past LaGuardia and landing northbound. We're essentially going to vector ourselves back into runway 4. So I guess we'll just have to figure it out when we get down there, but that looks fine for now. So we're going to put in 4, execute, and now let me go ahead and go into plan mode. I find the click spots a little bit funky on this thing. All right, let's step through these here. So we're going to take off vectors. Oh, I want to change my range out a little bit. There we go. All right, so there's Albany, Stott, PWL, IGN, all the way down to Harp, and then essentially vectors. Then we come right back in to Greco. So essentially this arrival is going to put us on an extended downwind, and then we'll vector ourselves back in to LaGuardia. So that looks good. That's in the box there. We'll go ahead and close that up. I want to put this back into map mode. Let's put route data on there. And flight path vector meter. Okay, I'm just looking at all this stuff here. That's cool. How's our fuel looking? 18.0 on the pounds. Perfect. Let's go ahead and fire up the APU while we finish loading up the box here. So we're going to come back up here. I'm going to go ahead and crank the APU to start. Fuel pumps can come on. These can come on. This should have been armed earlier on my initial flow. Apologize for that. Gary, VMGR234 Rangers, KC130, Captain here. Thanks for the tribute. Awesome, Gary. Carl Childers says 234 might have taken gas from you here. That's awesome, man. Good to see you guys here in the chat doing some civilian flying. You guys are kick-ass. That is pretty cool. I always like watching those aerial refueling videos. It's pretty sweet. All right, there we got APU is fail. What does that say, fail? Interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look here. No failure malfunctions detected. Can I switch over to APU power? There we go. I guess it just says fail because it's not being used. Alright, so that is connected. We are on ground power. Let's get the bleed on. Warm it up just a little bit here. Beautiful. Alright, let's finish up the box. Alright, so back to our init. Our gross weight, we can do that. Reserves, we're going to do 5.0. That's not a lot. Cost index of 25. Cruising altitude is going to be 270. And the cruise winds were calculated winds approximately. Really? Oh yeah, 264.87. They're moving. 264 at 87. Temperature is minus 30, so that's plus 4 on the ISA. Beautiful. Takeoff speeds. Temperature right now in Bangor is 2. Now, is there a way to get speeds that pop up here, or do you have to plug them in yourself? So you guys let me know if there is a way to get to get takeoff speed. So our perf data has been set takeoff. So then we got to plug in our V speeds. Now, I know some of the airplanes, quite a few of them that we have, they actually just allow you to click here and it populates the V speed. You guys let me know if that is a thing or not. All right, what we can do here is start cleaning up some of the ground stuff here. Let's go ahead and remove the fuel truck, remove the GPU. We can start removing all of this. Let's go ahead and close up the doors as well. And then what I want to do is checklist. Here we go. Before start, fuel check, passenger sign set, windows, takeoff thrust check, CDU pre-flight, flight deck door, and we'll do that. Perfect. All right. Let's take a look outside. We are cleaned up. We're not going to use any pushback. We're just going to be able to start them up, pull forward, and then we're going to make our taxi to runway 33. So if we look at the airport diagram here, we're on the military apron over here. We're going to make a left on Alpha, take it all the way down to 33. All right. Let's go ahead and start cleaning up our overhead. That can come on. Hydraulics. Window heat's coming on. Beacon light is coming on. Let's go ahead and lock the cabin door. We'll kill the packs. All right, so now, before I start, I want to ask you guys this question. So we're using the Pratt & Whitney PW engines. When I start, is it 20% and then the fuel? Because I've been getting a bug. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's something I'm doing. After 20%, when I introduce fuel, after the start sequence is complete, I still have a starter valve failure. So I think I'm screwing something up during the start sequence. I'm not going to start until a couple of you guys give me a shout out here. HD Sim, go to the option avionics and select PIP. What does that do? Let's see. PIP FMC. This changes the original PIP bill when the plane is not loaded. It's grayed out right now. I don't know if that's because I'm in the FPDS upgrade or what. Now, I want to also find out, before I start, is this the Toga? Is this the hidden Toga button over here on the clock? Because we're going to have to do that. We're going to go up to 10,000 feet. We will arm the flight detectors after start, and I'm just going to guess here. I'm going to go 155. Somebody asks, winging it says 270 going westbound. Yes, we are going westbound initially. It's kind of a funky route. We're going, or we're going west then south. It actually, yeah, it should be east. I don't know. I just took the altitude off of FlightAware. 142, 147, 150. I'm going to set that. Hopefully that works. Up to 10,000 feet. These are coming on. Daniel Smith says, flying a real plane. Are we? Oh, okay. So I have to set the FMS to PIP and I'll get that feature. I have to unload the jet. Never mind. We'll just, I don't want to do that. We don't want to unload it. And just to get V speeds, you have to do that? That's kind of silly. All right, we'll go with that. We'll rock that. And let's go ahead and crank it, I guess. 25%, Roby Wilson says. Make sure it's full run, not rich on the starter switch. Alright, Toga screw is under throttle as well. Under the throttle. Here? Because I want to make sure we figure that out. So make sure it is run and not rich. Okay, so we'll do that. All the way up with it. All right, let's give it a shot. We're going to go ahead and turn engine 2. Beacon light is on. Grounding number 2. N2s are alive. There is 25 all the way up to run. There's some light off. Sounds are meh. Meh. I've heard better startup sounds. Alright, there is... Oh, we gotta turn the gens on too? Yeah. That's after start, correct? I want to say that we connect them after start. I don't want to start them with the gens on. I'll connect that one while we're going. And let's ground engine 1. %. 25. Here we go. Full run. There's the light off. Spooling up nicely. Pretty ugly animation sequence there. Bug Eater Simpson. Hello all. Respect to all the veterans on this special day. Absolutely, Bug Eater. Good to have you here, my friend. Alright, we got a good start on engine 1. That can come over. Let's go ahead and get these bleeds on. Auto pack. APU bleed can come off. Kill the isolation valve. Let me know in the comments. Normal operation. Is this on? I want to say the isolation should be on during normal operation. It says PIP stands for Pegasus Improvement Project. The choice in the tablet is an equipment change, not something you need to do every time. I got you. Alright, so we can go ahead and kill the APU. FMC message. Oh, that's from this one over here. Vectors, then Albany. Perfect. That's what we want to hear. Parking brake is on up to 10,000 feet. Flight directors are set up to 10K. Let's take a look at our checklist now. Alright. Passenger signs were set. Windows are locked. MCP is set. Thrust set. Takeoff speeds complete. CDU pre-flight complete. Rotor and aileron trim is set. Taxi and takeoff briefing complete. Flight deck door is locked. Red anti-collision light is on. Anti-ice as required. We'll leave that off for now. Isolation switch off. That answers my question. Isolation switch off. Recall. Check. Auto brake RTO. Ground equipment is clear. Taxi turn off light switch is on. Alright, so we're ready to taxi. We're going to do a... What did I say our flaps were going to be? I feel like I need to set flap settings somewhere, right? Was that somewhere in the init perf? I guess I don't. I guess it's just assuming. That might be another pip thing. So let's go ahead and go flaps 5. Should be alright. Now, look how slow this flap deployment is. I don't know if that's realistic or not. I haven't flown on a 757 in quite some time, but it almost looks painfully slow. And the flaps coming down to flight controls. Oh. All right. Now this is something that I have not used before. What can I put there? I feel like you should be able to put something there. Speed ref, Barrow, flight path vector. Oh, that's for that up there. That's cool. That's just like the bird mode. Okay. Whoa, what happened there? Sorry about that view. Range, PFD, ND, brightness, weather, terrain. Maybe once I get airborne, it'll populate something here, right? Our heading for departure is 330. Let's get out of here. Barely use of any thrust to get it rolling. The exterior sounds are pretty good. Interior sounds I'm not completely sold on yet. Pretty sweet, though. This livery is the Air Force 2. So essentially, if the Vice President is on this aircraft, Air Force 2, sometimes the President will take it as well, depending on the operational necessity. Carl Childers says Flaps 15 is part of the PIP, I think. The entry, anyway. Okay. So I should have had a PIP on. So basically, I'm using a crappy FMC. That's what I'm gathering from you guys. Alright. Now, is this something that's going to be game-breaking? Like, should I do a shutdown and get PIP, or are we going to be able to survive without the PIP FMC? You guys let me know, because this is only, I think, my second flight in this 7.5. In X-Plane, anyway. Don't forget pressurization, Robbie Wilson. Thank you, sir. Let's make sure we go auto 1. Landing altitude is... What is the garbage? Elevation is 21 feet. Boom. Thank you, Robbie. Winging it. Still my favorite airplane. Sports car of the fleet. Winging it. That's awesome, man. I do love the 7.5. In real life, I think it's a great airplane. I love flying on them. It's got so much power. I think it looks cool. But I'm just... I don't know, guys. I'm not... I think flight factor 7.6... just in my initial impressions, is superior to the 7.5 so far. But maybe that'll change. I have no V-speed selected. I have no V-speed here. Could I turn up the volume on the interior? You got it. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Options, advanced sound. I'll crank it. I mean, the volume is almost all the way maxed out. Like that's max volume sound. Like I said, it's pretty bland. It's not very good, in my opinion. Alright, so I have no V-speed here. I feel like that shouldn't say no V-speed. While we're taxiing out, my 7.5 experts in chat, what do you make of this? This is what my FMC is showing. This is what this is showing here. Do I have to arm auto throttle first? No change. AK Music Bassman. Yeah, no politics, please. Thank you, Dougal. Yeah, no politics in here today, guys. We're just supporting veterans from all over United States of America. I'm an American. I'm proud of you guys. And veterans and allies across the globe, man. This is a day for your recognition. No need for politics here. Raldane says, Vion, why do you call LaGuardia garbage? I know I've heard trash reviews about them, so is that why? You know, I think it's more or less just a pilot term of endearment. I mean, every time you go into LaGuardia, there's always problems, it seems like, and it's just overcrowded. The terminals, other than the newest Delta terminal that is operational right now, the newest terminal that is operational is okay, but the old terminals are just nasty, man. It's outdated, it's overpopulated, the bathrooms are disgusting, and that's kind of where it gets its name, La Garbage. Alright, LNAV, VNAV, we'll arm those. So, somebody said I have to set it here, and I think... Oh, there we go. I think that's what I selected. Speed reference. Oh no, it should be takeoff. Oh, I have to set them. Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. We'll set them here short of the runway. Thank you. Alright, so I have the FMC V-speeds here, but I think I need to manually program them. Well, let's see. I need to program ref speed. Because you see I have V1, VR, V2. And does it need a ref speed? There we go. I had to select it as I taxi over all these lights here. There we go. I had to press down. I'm not used to this new avionics upgrade. So what I had to do there is I came here to the speed ref and I just hit set, and that essentially verified everything that I have in the box. So we're good now. We don't need ref because we're taking off. So these speeds are set. LNAV, VNAV armed. Perfect. Okay, so my last question. The hidden Toga push button. Is it the clock? Or is it... I know in real life it's right here, right? It's this little push button. But I think you have to... I think there's a hidden click spot. I'll take a look here as we pull up short of the runway and go through some final checks. Oh, don't forget the QNH as well. That's a good point. I'm all over the place here. What did I say the QNH was? It was, well, we're in the turn here. We'll pull up, hold short. We'll do some final departure checks. Yeah, I'm definitely not a 7.5 guy. But we do need to make sure we get all that situated. I mean... outside sounds are much better than the inside. All right, we'll go ahead here. We'll set the parking brake. We'll kill the lights. Ooh. This runway turn-off light kills me here. The click spot on this thing. Okay, there we go. And off. Brake set. All right. A couple last-minute checks here before departure. Taking off here, it was... barometric was... what was it here? 3021. Can't set that one. Alright, let's go here and pop this up. I wish I could get closer. I can't really read that. There we go. Baro 3021. That looks better there. Our V speeds are set. No need for minimums. Oh, that's in meters. Okay, that's cool. Weather terrain. Ooh, we'll put terrain on. And route data is already on. There's our terrain coming out of Bangor. That's cool. All right. The one on the side of the throttle is the auto throttle disconnect. Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that's where it is on the Airbus too. So where's the Toga then? It says... it should be a little screw under the flight director switch. Aha! Yes. Thank you, winging it. Or, I'm sorry, JSIC-R. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Right there. There's our Toga button. All right, so we're good to go. Let's go ahead and run through a checklist here, make sure I'm not screwing anything up. Takeoff briefing is complete. We're essentially going to take off on a heading of 330. Then we're going to load up direct to Albany and we're just going to fly from there. That'll lead us right into our arrival route. So our star is just a vector to Albany VOR. Packs are auto. Flaps are set. Stabilizer trim is set. Does it tell me here? Let's take one more look here. I should have, yeah, this is, I don't have a trim setting here. Definitely should have had the pip going on. I'm pretty sure that's another pip thing. Well, it's in the green, so hold my beer. Stabilizer trim is set. Flight controls are checked. Cabin is secure. Runway turned off. Light switch is off. Okay. All right, after takeoff, packs auto. We're going to leave them auto for takeoff. We don't need the performance. Landing gear up, flaps up. All right. I think we're good to go, guys. You guys ready to get out of here? Let's do it. Brakes released. Lights are coming on. I mean, I still think that 7.5 is beautiful. I mean, that is a beautiful looking bird right there. Put that in the auto mode. Alright, guys. Hold my beer. Sky Ace 2018, this livery is on the X-Plane forum. I just searched for 757 U.S. Air Force. I believe it's the C-30 or C-32, something like that. It's on there. It's on the X-Plane store, I should say. Store forums. Free. Alright, let's spool them up. I mean, that spool up sound is nice. And Toga. Uh-oh. No Toga. Is this a throttle block thing? Let's check this out. Oops. Sim settings, throttles block. Alright. Disconnect, disconnect. Let's try this again. Alright. Oops. Disconnect the auto thrust again. What the heck? You guys know, it's locking me at 1.4 and it just keeps bringing my throttles back. We'll do it manual. Screw it. We'll do manual speed hold. Turn thrust off. There we go. I like using manual thrust levers anyway. It makes me feel like a real pilot. 8 knots, thrust set. V1. Rotate. Positive brake. Gear up. Oh yeah, I can do this. This is nice. Lower that nose for V2. I'm gonna try this manually here. Why would it not? Oh, there we go. Thrust. Hey, come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. Alright, I had to press the thrust lever, or button. We're flying. 185 to 1. Here they come. I mean, she flies pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. It's smooth. 200 knots, we'll get them up. I was very derated, yes. Definitely a very derated takeoff on that one. We're relatively light though, we don't have a lot of gas, we don't have a lot of cargo. Into the clouds we go. Let's go ahead and get the ice on. We need to lower that nose. Definitely too busy looking outside. Alright, let's set up a direct Albany. Uh-oh. Direct Albany. Albany. Execute. Nope. Hold on. Fly the airplane first. Alright, let's go. Command, left command, heading 330, 10,000 feet. She's climbing out. Now I want to go direct Albany. Execute. There we go. We're in the turn now. Alright, let's do a flyby view. I think this might be a little bit loud, so I'm gonna... turn it down just a little bit. Let's do a flyby view. I mean, I'm digging it. Daniel Smith says it's auto throttle, mate. This isn't an Airbus. Hey, man, this does not have a throttle. This has a thrust lever. I know Boeing calls it throttle, but they got that wrong. It's definitely thrust levers. I can't bring myself to say throttle. I'm not flying a frickin' prop here. I know Boeing calls them throttles, but... Alright, 9.2, climbing 10. Let's go ahead and continue our climb. What did I say, 280? Well, we're navving. Let's go ahead and do an aft takeoff check. Altimeters, we'll set that at the transition. We're accelerating above 250 now. Let's go ahead and kill our lights. We don't need our overhead light on either. Dane says, I think it'd be cool if V1 rotate. What the hell happened? We're up. Man, it's too cloudy today. I was really hoping we'd see some nice ortho. Let's go ahead and hop over here to Lingu. I mean, but see, listen to the sounds. I'm not like, there's no real sound cone, no 3D sound cone. It's just kind of the same sound, no matter where you are. I think is it, who's calling me? Is that the flight attendant calling me? I do know you can kill the flight attendant.
Captain, I regret to inform you that Chief Flight Attendant has been killed.
Alright, Chief Flight Attendant has been killed. I don't like listening to him anyway. Let's go into the sounds here. I need to turn these down a little bit. But you guys, you hear what I'm saying? Like, the sound is just kind of meh. Here's the internal engine and external engine. I'm going to turn them down just a tad. How are we looking? We're 13.5, 290 knots. Now, shouldn't there be a way to turn something on down here? I feel like I should be able to have, with this ND here, the bottom half should have something displayed on it. I don't know what I could display on the bottom half of the ND. Everything else is looking good there. We'll go ahead, distal brakes, auto brake. Michael Zanner, hey, it's me again, Solar, in case you forgot. How's it going, man? Good to see you here. Thanks for the $10 donation. Thank you for your support. I do remember you, man. Good to see you here. Redox1337 says you have to try out the display dust disengage. It looks so used in the 757, but you can disable it. That makes it look like real displays. Try out the display dust. Let's see here. So if let's look at these here. I'm gonna set us up for a display view, and that's under the. Is it effects? Windows instruments, lamp, glass effects. So there's no dust. There's max dirt. Lamp glow, I have that all the way up. See, here's our custom reflections. Windows, I'll turn that down a little bit. Instrument reflections. That's alright. I mean, about halfway looks good to me. Glare strength. I think that's more for a nighttime thing. But I'm just kind of playing around with these settings. You know, they charge a lot of money for this add-on. And I'm just trying to figure out why. I mean, there is some cool customization options. It's not bad. Advanced rain effect, we don't have any rain in here today. I mean, there is a lot of stuff you could change, but damn. Let's go ahead and we're above 18. Let's go ahead and set standard. So, I believe... There we go. Standard set, passing 18. Awesome. Let's do a cabin tour here as soon as we level off. So now if I look at my checklist... Set. Perfect. Now we're set for the descent. Let's look at our pressurization. Make sure the cabin is climbing. Yes, it is. I'm actually going to set the auto rate to about there. Everything is looking good. We're out of the clouds. We can go ahead and get the ice off. I left those on. Ah, you can hear the increase in thrust a little bit there. That was pretty cool. That is what I like to see. Let's try that again. Look at our N1s. About 1.0 on the vibes. 1.32. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Listen to the engines here. You listen to how we lose a little bit of performance there with the bleeds, with the anti-ice? That's what I like to hear. That's pretty cool. I don't see any difference here, though. Our N2s are staying about 94. Our EPR is still about 1.32. Let's watch our EGT. 513. Let's see if I turn them off. I mean, maybe 0.1% on the N1. At least they got the sound right. I want to zoom this range out a little bit here. That's brightness, speed reference, range. Here we go. Terrain, range, disagree. Load up our traffic. Oh, our TCAS is in standby. That's my fault. That's, good thing we're not flying. That should have been in TARA. We're squawking 3711. Man, this thing climbs like a rocket, though. Here comes a flyby view. Watch your ears. Definitely whipping a crosswind there. Michael Zander coming in with another $10 donation. He says, I was gliding into Aloe yesterday. Strong winds and great climb. I stayed up there 35 minutes straight. That's awesome, dude. That's a great gliding flight. Also, I got approved by the flight school in my city, and I can now fly gliders at 15 years old. Dude, that's really awesome, man. That's really exciting to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying aviation and at such a young age. I mean, I had my first flight when I was 13 on my 13th birthday. That's really cool, though, that you're doing the glider stuff at 15, already approved, man. Huge congrats to you, man. A very, very much deserved positive rates coming at you in chat for that. Keep it up, man. I hope you you run with that passion and love for aviation, because it is addicting for sure. The Daniel Smith says the font on the display seems off to me. You know, I don't know. I really don't have any experience in this cockpit to reference anything. I mean, I guess we could look up some pictures online, but it reminds me very much of a 777. Is it the same avionics as a 777? But the font, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. That would be something that I unfortunately don't really have the knowledge to speak to. I haven't really looked at the avionics displays that well, you know, or that closely in a Boeing, in a 7.5. Theory Jabrain says, just don't spend too much money on add-ons with Flight Sim 2020. Dude, I hear you, man. So, I was having this discussion the other day. It's with my buddy Jungle Lee. He, you know, we were kind of saying the same thing. It's like, man, you see all these wonderful videos and screenshots from FS 2020, and it's really put a hesitation on me for purchasing any more X-Plane add-ons, because it looks so darn good out of the box. I don't know. I really hope it lives up to the hype here. I'm going to go ahead and reduce it. We'll keep it out. 26 for 28. As soon as we reach the level off and cruise, we will jump into the cabin, do a little cabin tour. I mean, other than that, though, I mean, we'll just look around the cockpit. It's pretty decent. Now, I've sat on this jump seat right here a couple times. And if you're sitting right here and your little feet thing come up, so this, in real life, this seat feels a little bit more elevated, and your feet are dangling right here, and if the captain decides to slam his seat back, which my captain decided to do, definitely pinch your leg, and it can be uncomfortable. But he wasn't the nicest guy. He was a grumpy old guy. So this is spent a lot of time here in this seat when I used to commute out of Philadelphia. I used to go through Atlanta sometimes, and they would run a 757 Philadelphia to Atlanta. So that's pretty much the extent of my 757 experience. Some nice details over here. Third occupancy, oxygen mask, some more circuit breakers. Now these are cool. I don't know if these are actually modeled or not. Duct leak, these are all test. I don't want to press them while we're flying. Control shut off, that's cool. Headset and smoke goggles. Here's all your FOM, COM, emergency procedures. Nice detail here on the center pedestal, though. I do like the center pedestal. Here's our printer. Cat 2, Cat 3 component sticker. Alright, we're 27. Why'd we level at 27 and not 28? I guess 27 will be our final. I think that's what I put in the box anyway. Alright, 270. Cruise thrust. I don't think our auto thrust is still not engaged. I'm going to go into speed hold. I'm going to manually select 330. Slam Cannon, he says, hello, good sirs. Hope all is well. Slam Cannon, good to see you here, my friend. We're just having a little fun flight here in the 7.5. Haven't done too many flights with this. We're battling a nice headwind now. Look at that, 97 knots. But I'm definitely fumbling around here, making me feel very out of home, or out of place. There's our backup. That's pretty cool. Basically redundant information. New Guinea says, V1, what is your opinion on the good old Soviet flying coffins? Do you think you could one day stream the Tu-154 for fun? I love those machines, and seeing you fly one would be interesting. Man, I don't even know which one you're referring to in X-Plane. I'll have a look after this stream. I'll look up the Tu-154. I think they're incredible airplanes, man. Some of the Russian cockpits are absolutely mind-blowing, when you look at what those crews had to deal with. But I would definitely be up for the challenge just to do a little fun stream to see, kind of like this one here, just hopping in the 7.5, something that's out of my element, just kind of show you guys what it looks like when I have no idea what I'm doing. But I would definitely be down to do some Tu-154 stuff. The Russians made some great planes. They sure did. Rowdane Thomas says, I had my first flight last summer at, FIT Melbourne. Hey, I almost went to that school at age 12. Rowdane, that's awesome, man. I have two good buddies. One of them, actually, I think they both fly for JetBlue right now, but one of them is, I think he just got hired by FedEx on the MD-11. But they both went to FIT. Great school. Winging It says it's an aftermarket replacement. Iceland Air uses this config. Oh, okay. All right. With 2020, there will be a good 747 and 777 by PMDG. I know. I did see that they confirmed that, which is really exciting to me. I love hearing that. All right, so you can see here we leveled off in cruise, and the sounds are still, I feel like we're still climbing out. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go into the advanced sound. I'm just going to go ahead and turn these puppies down a little bit because I feel like there is no reduction in thrust even after we leveled off in cruise. Let's go ahead and do a little cabin tour here. We need to unlock the flight deck door. Well, there's our reduction in thrust right there. Let's go ahead and take a look through the cabin here. Oops. Didn't want to do that. I hope I can get back in. Always got to check to see if they model a lavatory. Nope, no lavatory. Somebody's going to model a lavatory someday. Here's our forward galley. Pretty standard. Pretty standard. Not the best I've seen, not the worst. Flight attendant jump seat there. That's interesting that they're facing this way, facing forward. Normally, and even on the Airbus and on the 7.3s, I think they face backwards for full cabin view, because I think that's a thing they have to have. They have to see the cabin from their jump seat position. So that's an interesting position for that one there. All right, here's our first class. That's where all our mods and sponsors are, and our veterans, all the vets in the house. This is where you're seating up here. We'll get you some free cocktails on me. Phantom 320, how's it going, man? Good to see you here. Daniel Smith says, Tu-154, you mean the Soviet 72? Yes. New Guinea says, V1, I like your spirit. The cockpits are gorgeous with that pale green, for less vision fatigue. Yep. I do think that's the hospital green, right? All right, so here's our mid-cabin. There we go. Now we've got our jump seat facing that direction. How about this lavatory? Is it modeled? Nope. XP1972 in the house. How's it going, man? Good to see you here, XP. All right, we'll continue on moving down. I'm just, don't mind me, XP. I'm just fumbling around trying to fly a 757. Definitely not, not very proficient at all. All right, a little bit of a sound change there. Ooh, this is a nice shot right here out the wing. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and save that view. That's pretty nice. Let's continue on back towards the aft cabin. All right, so there is a 3D sound cone. Now it's changing. That sounds better. I was worried there for a while. This is a nice shot right here off the backside. That is pretty sweet. Come all the way back. We've got a bunch of lavatories back here. None of them are modeled, though. Yep, no toilets. Man, somebody model a toilet for me. Any developers out there, make a toilet. All right. So here's our aft galley. Man, this is much... They got a lot more carts back here than what I'm used to seeing. Coffee pot over here. It looks like a bottle of something. That's interesting, the coffee pot, but not bad, not bad. All right, we'll do one quick zoom through the cabin, listen to the sound change. So there is some pretty nice 3D sound fading, I will give it that. It just, from the cockpit, it sounds pretty darn bland. Open up here. Whoop. So here's our blowout door, in case of a rapid decompression. This is a common on all flight decks, so in case there's a rapid decompression, this door, you don't want to jam it on the hinges or cause any more damage. So what'll happen, if there's a blowout in the back, say a window blows out or something and there's a rapid change in pressurization, this is a blowout door which will actually open and it will equalize the pressure between the cockpit and the cabin. Same goes for if the cockpit window blew out or something like that and there was a big pressure change, it would blow out inward and it wouldn't completely come off its hinges here. It just depends on how it's designed. I can't really get into that information, but essentially just know it will allow air to pass through and prevent any damage, further damage during a rapid decompression event. So that's pretty cool to see that modeled there. All right, back up front here. I'm getting some... I don't know if this is my throttles doing this. Is there a throttles... Should I use that throttles block option? Let's see if that changes that. Same effect, really. So I'm gonna leave it for now. Michael Zander coming in with another super chat. He says, "Yo, search up Ekranoplan right now and show the plane on stream." That's what I call Soviet manufacturing. Alright, I'll have to look that up here in a second. Ekranoplan. Mike Sesh, greetings from Atlanta. Happy flying. Greetings, Mike. Fudge Supreme, the 757 is not a wide body. No, it's no wide body. The 76 is a wide body, and it is a common type. There's just differences training. So, it's a common type. You share the 7576, and you just do differences course. So, an Ekranoplan you want to see, huh? I'll wait and see if I can pull that up. Oh yeah, that's the one with like, what, 8 engines on the wings or whatnot? Yeah. Huh. For some reason I can't, It won't let me pick it up on Streamlabs. I'm sorry, man. But essentially, yeah, that's the one with all these different, these water planes. These are pretty insane, man. I don't know how many actually got produced and ended up working. I don't know if very many did, but definitely an interesting Russian design. Winging It says throttles rolling back because winds and loft changed. You know, I don't know. It's almost like they're fluttering a little bit, like there's noise in my thrust levers. I mean, look at the N1s. And it could be a hardware issue on my end. I am unsure, though. Let's go ahead and take a look at... Let's go ahead and start looking at our arrival, though. We want to make sure we're ahead of the airplane, because I definitely need to be ahead of this plane, because I'm not exactly sure how it's all supposed to go down. So, starting here at Albany, that's where we're going to pick up the arrival. And essentially, it takes us all the way down, and it bottoms out at 8,000 feet over Hart. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set that to there. I'm going to go plan mode. let's go ahead. I want this off. We'll move this over here. And we'll turn the range down a little bit. And we can step through. So present position to Albany. That looks good. Stott 290. Papa Whiskey Lima at 2-1. IGN at 18-1. Valerie at base. Harp, Cray, Greco. Harp, Crawley, LaGuardia. So Harp should be... Base is our last hard altitude at 8,000. So what I want to do, that's not in the box here. We need to... We need to make base a hard altitude at 8,000 feet. So I'm going to set 8,000 here. Now that'll kind of set up our arrival. That's at 8,000. Make sure we don't have any other hard altitudes. That's the only one, so that shouldn't be too difficult to make. Alright. And then we're going to be on a nice downwind. We'll vector ourselves back in for the ILS 24. LaGuardia 4, we're going to do 30 or 126. ILS 110.5. There we go, 110.5. Final approach course is 044. So now this is for VORs, if I'm not mistaken. What we need to set is down here on the center pedestal right here. And this is what we need to set, 110.5. Final approach course, 044 degrees. That is set. Looking good. Let's go ahead and get a weather turbulence on display here. Put this back into map mode. And turn terrain off. Let's see. What I don't like is I can't move this camera any more forward. Well, I can now, but like I can't. There we go. That's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. Alright, so I want to put weather, terrain. Weather, no data. Terrain works. How do we get the weather up there? Oh, here we go. Weather. Boom. There we go. I gotta sync my heading bug up here. Not picking up anything on the radar, just must be light clouds. Mike H. Albany is pronounced Albany. Albany, Albany. Is the nav status page model? Pilot Boy asks. Let's take a look. So we go here. The nav status page. Well, let's take a look. So the progress page is modeled. Albany. 9.2. We've got plenty of extra gas. The nav status page. If you could tell me how to navigate there, let's see if I can find it. So we're perfing it. We all did all that. Here's our climb. Cruise page. And our descent mode here. Speed restriction, speed transition 240 at 10,000. I want to change that to be 250 at 10. Can I change that? No. What's forecast? Oh, our forecast winds. I can change that. Let's see if I can input our descent wind over, coming down at 12,000 feet. It dies off pretty good, about 20 knots, 260 at 20. Now, interesting. I'm not too familiar how that works, unfortunately, guys. I wish I was more familiar with that. This is stuff that I'd really have to dig into and learn. Oh, that's our direct to. We don't want to do that. Our legs page, departure arrivals, our holds. That's nice to see. Fix info page. Let's do a test here. What do we've got? Golf Foxtrot Lima. Let's see if this page is modeled. I want to do. Let's do it. Just shoot a radial out. 270. Yep. Wow. So this is what I've been wanting in the flight factor for over a year now. So you see Golf Foxtrot Lima, the VOR here, and what I can do in the fix info page. I'm going to erase this fix for you. I can put in radials, and I bet there is a way to put in a radius as well. Let's see if I did, nope, that's incorrect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 270 radial. So from here, I want to draw a line, 270. I'm not sure what Kilo Foxtrot X-ray is. Hold on, let me put the fix back in. So go Fox Lima, put that in there. I get a bearing and distance, 098, 55 miles from the aircraft's present position. What I can do is I can draw a radial. You can see that. Boom, there's a radial off GFL. Now, I don't know what KFX is. I really wish I did. Can I put in... Let's do a different radial. Let's do... How about 320 is fine. Can I make a radius? I'm not sure what KFX means here. But at least I could draw lines off of the fix info page. That is pretty cool. Now, let's see if the beam works. I'm going to go GFL. If I press a beam, what I should do is create a waypoint here on my beam flight plan. GFL 15925.2. Now, if I put that here, let's see if I can put it... Nope. I guess that would be my beam position, would be when I'm on the 159 at 25.2 miles. I don't know the extent of Boeing and how this operates, but in the Airbus, what I could do is on that fix info page, if it was correctly modeled, what I would do is I would hit the beam function, and then what would happen is it would draw a waypoint on my current flight plan at the beam position from that waypoint. It's extremely handy for terrain drift down and things of that nature. I like to see that it's modeled here in the flight factor. I wish I could speak to the accuracy of this page. Unfortunately, I can't because I'm not a Boeing driver. But at least the functionality is there, the basic functionality, and I've been wanting that in the 320 for a very long time. We'll go ahead and erase it. We don't need it right now. And we'll go back to our legs page. But, I mean, that's... they promised that it would be out last August, I believe, over a year ago. And we're still waiting for it. And now they're saying that they're getting ready to release version 1.0, which means there's not going to be as many updates, which just kind of pisses me off. But anyway, back to the chat here. Pilot Boy says init ref, and then position. Init ref. You know what? I don't think I can because... Oh, nav data. Here we go. Is this the nav data page? Waypoint ident. There we go. Latitude, frequency, magnetic variation. I wonder if this is what you're referencing here. I can pull up anything here. Let's see, LaGuardia. I can put in a quick waypoint ident. Yep. That's pretty cool. 9 feet. So if this is the nav data page you're looking for, I'm not sure if it is or not. But I can't go init ref position because I think we're already... I don't know if it's just something like Airbus where you sequence once you're in flight. You can't access it. Or ident and then pause. Let's try that. Pause init. FMC position. There's our IRSs. Andrei Bogdanovsky says, this page didn't work and not picking up ASXP weather, unfortunately. I said the flight factor a lot of times and they say they will do something, but so far no change yet. That seems to be the going rate for flight factor. That's unfortunate that they can't pick up the active sky weather. Dane Thomas, what all the airplanes are qualified to fly in as far as type rating airplanes. Let's say I'm qualified in the Citation 550, qualified in the CJ series, basically light Citation jets, the Embraer 170, 190, the Airbus family 320, 19, 20, it's all the same type rating though. So those types, and Metroliner, SIC, in the San Antonio sewer pipe. So the other aircraft, I mean, those are the only aircraft that are required type ratings that I have. So, flown a slew of others that are, don't require type ratings, but. When are, Expression Videography says, when are you doing a McDo tutorial? I already have a couple MCDU videos out there on my channel. Unfortunately, and I've said this before, there's not a lot that I can do extra because right now, between Flight Factory and Toliss, there's not many functions that are modeled in the Airbus MCDU, which is unfortunate. There is so much more that box can do. And it's unfortunate that I can't do more tutorials for you guys. I've been waiting for more updates to come out, but there's really not much else. I mean, if there's things that you guys want to see, I encourage you to join the Discord. Throw your comments or questions down in the Discord in the Airbus terminal, and I'll go ahead and I pluck video ideas from that. And I was going to do, I think I had 3 or 4 other video ideas I wanted to do on advanced topics on the MCDU. And every single one was not modeled, either in the Toliss nor the Flight Factor. Now, I know Toliss is working on that 1.4 update. They're going to try to get the MCDU up to snuff. But I believe they're going to be releasing, some other stuff before that update drops. I did see something saying 2020, early 2020, when that update should be out. So, hopefully, we'll see something soon. Sooner than later, but... Andre says, I think the VNAV doesn't do deceleration points. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye on when we do our arrival. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure we cross, what was the fix? Base, 8,000 feet. We'll be below 250. Once we get on this extended downwind vector, we'll slow down and configure and get ourselves into LaGuardia. Right now, I'm hoping the weather will be high enough so we can get some good shots coming into LaGuardia. I'll fly us down over the city. Right now, LaGuardia is showing 10 miles broken at 25,000, so we should have some pretty good visibility once we get below the clouds there. Let me go ahead and refresh that and get an update real quick. Yep, still broken at 25,000, so hopefully we'll have some nice shots of the city coming in. Quentin Johnson, are you flying online? No, I am not flying online. And unfortunately, Quentin, I don't know why I mentioned it when I first started the stream, but the overlay for the stream is not working since X-Plane updated. This is 11.40, and I was messing with Streamlabs, and between Streamlabs update and Windows update and X-Plane update, everything is just kind of awry right now, and I'm trying to get my overlays back for the aircraft position, flight time and all that, so I do apologize that that's not showing up for you guys right now. Expression videography, you just mean the basics from point A to point B. There is, if you want just the basics, I have a very basic flight plan that I go from start to finish in on the professional series. I believe it's episode 1, and I program the MCDU the exact way that you will program it for any other flight that you'll do in the Airbus. It's I'll take you from 0 to destination or departure destination all the way there. So if you want to check out that video, it's the Professional Series Episode 1, and I'll go over the MCDU. Angel Ruiz, thanks for the subscription there, bud. Glad you're enjoying the content. Winging It says, see, this is what will eventually drive people to FS 2020. Real professional developers. Say what you like about PM2G, they do not put out works in progress. Winging It, I'm inclined to agree with you. I don't know why it is so prevalent in X-Plane, but it is almost like there is no standard in X-Plane. I mean, you look at the X-Plane store, and you can get you can spend money. If you're not careful, you can spend $25, $30 on some plane that is just somebody made it in Plane Maker. And while I understand that takes a lot of effort, there's no systems modeling. That's very basic flight modeling. It's essentially a toy. And the fact that they still allow that stuff to be out there and there's no real sense of, I don't know, standardization across the store, it bugs me. And you look at, I mean, I look back to FSX. I mean, there was definitely some lame ducks that came out for FSX add-on wise. But for the most part, I mean, you had professional developers developing products that came out either really close to being finished, or at least what they put out was not completely bug-free, but very stable in a sense, and then they added, you know, finishing touches on it towards the end. So while I am inclined to agree with you about, you know, 2020, I really hope to see some standard on third-party development in FS 2020. Because the next plane, there really isn't a standard. You can buy a great airplane. You know, the FlyJ Sim stuff is phenomenal. The Toliss minus the MCDU is phenomenal. The Flight Factor 320, okay, yeah, it's been in beta for 2 years now, whatever. I mean, it's a good airplane, though, right? But then you look at some other stuff that's out there, and it's just kind of like, ugh. New Guinea says, what is your opinion on the A220 from your pilot perspective? Does it cockpit make life much easier for pilots than an Embraer? That's an interesting comment, because I was just talking about this with my friend the other day. He just got hired over at Delta, and he's going to be on the 220, I want to say. He's going on the 220, or maybe something like that. And he's from the Embraer as well. And it is a very similar cockpit design, but from what I've been hearing, the 220 has been suffering some growing pains, or just some initial airframe pains. They've had some engine problems. They've had, you know, little maintenance problems here and there that keep popping up. So we'll see. But I think I personally think it's a great cockpit layout. There's an awful lot of glass in there, though. I mean, there is almost 0 round gauges. But it's a pretty sweet looking airplane. I've never flown the 220. I think it would be pretty fun too. All right, reset MCP. Whoops. We need to set that 8,000 for our arrival. 8,000 is set. We're making the turn. So our top at descent is just before STOT. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this airplane will do the VNAV properly. We've got 8,000 set. I can do descend now. I'm not going to descend now. I've got a speed of 240 at 10,000. That looks good. There's no other speed restrictions on the arrival coming down here, other than that 250 below 10. So hopefully, I want to see how it handles this VNAV descent. Let's go ahead and sync up the heading bug here. Bring this back around. My sister the other day, when she came out, speaking of the 220, she left LaGuardia coming in Dallas, and they had to do a gate return because of a tire problem. And I believe that's not the first time I've heard that. I don't know if it's just so that they had to change a tire out. I don't know if they're not wearing properly or something like that with the tread. So kind of an interesting, just growing pains. You know, anytime you get a new airframe out, there's always going to be growing pains. Just hopefully you don't have an MCAS. Fudge Supreme says, I hope they don't screw up the A320neo. Man, the only thing that really screwed up the 320neo was the engines off the bat. But I fly the Neos now, and they're a great Airbus, man. They really are. They're quiet. They sound freaking sweet on the ground when you're taxiing. I think taxiing a Neo is one of the most fun things that I do. Just because the spool-up sound with those engines it's just really high-pitched, and honestly, it sounds a little bit like a 777, so. All right, so there's our top at descent point. VNAV is starting. We're coming down 330. Throttles are coming back. Things are looking good. You know, I never did turn off the seatbelt sign, but hey, we got a bunch of veterans back there. They're doing what they want to do. Appreciate their service. Having cocktails. They don't need to follow the seatbelt sign instructions. They've earned that right. That's for damn sure. Joel Sink, how's it going, man? Good to see you here. Winging It was talking about saying most of these guys do it. It's a hobby, not a job. Yeah. Carl Cho says on a special note, there is a narrow-bodied 757. Under current guidance, the 757 is considered large, despite having M2 of only 116. Yep. Carl Childers also says after a number of accidents where smaller aircraft following closely behind a 757 crashed, the rules were changed so controls required to apply special wake turbulence. Yes, sir. The 7.5, man, I've been waked by a 7.5, and it is brutal. And I believe, I don't know if it still is to this day or if you mentioned it later on, Carl, but the 7.5 without the winglets produced one of, I think it was one of the largest wakes, or most prevalent wake turbulence situation out there amongst, a bunch of different airplanes. Now, I don't know, I know they got the Super Heavy, the 380 and stuff like that, but I know for some reason the design on the 757 without winglets, that thing really shot off some wakes. I got waked out of one coming out of LAX one time going westbound over the ocean, and my goodness, it rocked us pretty good. So by the numbers, it's large, but by behavior and such, it is a heavy, and they call them heavy on the radio. Yep. Now, I don't know, is there a weight, is that associated by weight, Carl? I don't, maybe you know this off the top of your hand, but for a 7.5, can you be a lightly loaded 7.5 and not use the appendix heavy, or is every 7.5 a heavy regardless of loadout? I don't know, because I feel like I've heard some 7.5s that just don't say heavy, or maybe they just forget to say it or whatnot, but something wants me to say that it is somewhat weight related. If you're above a gross takeoff weight, then you're considered heavy. But I am not 100% sure. That might just be in my brain making something up. But all right, let's take a look here. We're at a 21.6 descending 8,000, speed 320, approaching Papa Whiskey Lima. That looks good. Let's go ahead and pull up our checklist here, make sure everything is good for the descent. Pressurization needs to be in landing mode. Or does it? I mean, I think that looks normal, right? The cabin is descending, landing altitude 30 feet, auto 1, auto is set. That looks good. Recall check, auto brakes. Ooh, we're going to do, it is LaGuardia, short runway, so we're going to go auto brakes 3. Auto brakes 3, landing data, VREF is 3125, so we need to set this, I think. Let's take a look here. Let's go ahead and set speeds for ref. Alright, so here we go. Ref is 125. Okay. Plus 40, plus 80. There's our speed. So now we have ref at 125. Plus 40 is 165 and 105. Now this is something that I've asked before, I think during a ZIBO stream, and maybe one of you guys can answer this for me here again because I forget. So this is ref speed at 125 knots. Do you fly ref speed at 125 on approach? I find that hard to believe. In the Airbus and any other airplane I've flown, you fly ref plus XXX, that's your VAP, and you want to touchdown at ref. So would you bug like 135 or maybe 130? In the Airbus, it's typically about 5 knots above VREF. Sometimes you bump it up depending on the winds or whatnot. I just find it hard to believe in a Boeing that you don't fly a VAP speed on your approach. So I don't know the proper way to set that up. Would I just bug 135? I want to try to do this as accurate as possible. Maybe one of you guys can help me out in the chat. But I know ref is 125, so that's what we need to be touching down at. But we'll check that out here in a minute. So let's go back to our checklist, make sure. So our speeds are set for now. I do know I need to set the altimeter, which is, do a quick refresh of LaGuardia. Wind is calm, 10 miles, few at 14,000, broken at 25, 3002 in the meter. 3002 is set. Landing data set, approach briefing complete. Altimeters, check. Nav aids, we'll verify that when we're on the approach down there. Oh, lag. Okay, I think that's the New York City loading in, probably. Out of 16,000. Things are looking good. Hopefully we get below these clouds here. Carl says they always call him heavy regardless of load if they forget to say it's memory based, but they always treat him as heavy because he just doesn't really know the loadout. Okay, it makes sense. Theory in your brain, you like going max? You think going max breaks? Is that what you mean? It's an impressive feeling. Man, I can't imagine. Alright, so ref plus 5 is what you guys are saying. Ref plus 5, half of headwind up to 9 knots. Seat back pocket, I got you. Alright, so according to that, then what you're saying is I should set... How can I... Let me set ref plus 5 then. I'll set 130. 170 and 210. Nice little weather loading in there. Thank you for that. Alright, let's go ahead and bring the speed back to 50 knots. LNAV, VNAV, speed. I'm going to take command of the speed because I'm not 100% sold that the thrust is going to be on the FMC profile, but that's why I've got it in select speed, 250. Let's go ahead and get a little speed brake action out. Let's take a look at the speed brake animation here. Where do I want to be? There we go. Wow, that was a quick pop-up. Little flyby view. I mean, they're not the best sounds I've heard, that's for sure. Alright, now we're getting high on our descent profile. And we're adding thrust. Okay. VNAV speed, down we go. Yeah, I'm not totally sold on these sounds, guys. I'm not totally sold on them. Speed is 260. I do like that livery, though. I like the wing flex. You can't deny that the 757 is a sexy-looking airplane, though. I think that's why I really enjoy the 321 with sharklets. I think the 321 with sharklets is very comparable to the 7.5. Now, definitely not in terms of performance. The 7.5 will blow the 321 out of the water, but just as far as general looks go, that long, slender body. Winging It says auto brakes 3 for LS for landing for lasso. On 3-1, no floaties. Yeah, there's definitely going to be no floaties today, that's for sure, guys. No floaties today going into LaGuardia. Tal says it's a vacuum cleaner, it's a plane, it's a flight factor 757. Yep. You know what I would like to do? I might be... If the wind is calm, which it's reporting calm on active sky... I'm half tempted to do the visual, expressway visual to 3.1. I mean, we're not using ATC, right? So why not, what do we got? Wind calm. Ooh. I don't know if I should do an expressway visual on my only second landing ever on the 7.5. So for those unfamiliar, the expressway visual, very fun approach coming to LaGuardia. This is a depiction here. Basically, you track the localizer for runway 2. I'm sorry, runway 4, And once you hit the white tanks, that's what they're called, or dials intersection, you break off, follow the Long Island Expressway, and you make a left-hand turn over City Field, a baseball field right here, and you're rolling out at 200 feet on final for 3-1. What's the landing distance for 3-1? Let's look at the airport diagram one more time. 7,000 feet versus, it's the same length, right? Seatback Pocket says, unrelated to your 757, but quick Airbus question. How often do you descend at selected speed versus manage in real life? I find that Toliss is pretty solid job and managed. Seatback Pocket, pretty frequently you're going to be in managed speed, but when you start going into high flow areas, you know, LAX and stuff like that, it's not uncommon to be given a speed assignment, and then you're just in selected speed on the descent. Now, it's easier to be in managed speed because you don't have to worry about it. It does everything for you, and you just kind of control the energy of the aircraft. But, you know, I wouldn't say you don't do it every time. But there are times where you're going in, especially high traffic areas, Chicago, New York, LA, that you're really going to be probably in selected speed just because air traffic control is going to be giving you so many different speed restrictions that aren't coincident with your RNAV arrival, if that makes sense. All right, here's 10,000 feet. Let's get our lights on. We'll go ahead and lock up the cockpit door. All right. A big yes for the expressway visual. All right, screw it. What the hell? We'll do it. So I'm going to leave the information set up for 4 because I'm going to use that information, and then we're just going to go straight visual to 3-1, guys. I'm going to go all out for you. I've never done this approach in X-Plane. I've never done it in the 7.5. This is only my second landing in the 757 in the simulator. And I take that back. I said I had some... the only experience I had in real life in the 7.5 was in the jump seat. I take that back. A good buddy of mine was a training... what's the title? Not a training captain, but a pilot examiner? No. Typewriting guy. He essentially is a third-party guy that you hire to type rate your pilots. So for Allegiant Airlines, when they were flying 757s, he was doing type ratings for them. He had me come along. I got to sit in the full motion sim while he was training some guys, and at the end of a sim session, I did get to do 2 laps around the pattern in the full motion simulator in the 757. So that's the extent of my experience in the 757. All right, altitude alert. There we go. 948. Things are looking good. All right, so we're going to plan for the expressway visual. So our speeds are set. I'm going to just take us on this arrival. We're going to go all the way out, and then I'm going to vector us back in like we're going to land on 4, because we are set up for 4, correct? Yeah, we are set up for 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to use 4, and then we're going to land on 3-1. Now, I wonder if I change the runway in here. Will it jack with me? All right. Big, huge yes on the expressway. Big thumbs up. Okay, yeah, guys. Give me some positive rates for that. And if you haven't already, like Dougal says and Dimitri says, let's go ahead and smash that like button if you want to see the expressway visual. I'm going to give it a full send for you. I'm tempting here. Let's see. Arrival. Next page. Next page. I thought maybe I could just get... Will this give me an extended center line? I'm not sure the best way to set this up in this airplane here. Because I want to keep... I really want to keep... that says green? Why does it say green? What about dials? Let me look at this. Screw it. You know what we'll do? We'll do it this way. We're looking good. Alright, we're gonna go... How did I get to that fix info page? Fix, can I put dials in here? Boom. All right, so this is why that fix info page is a help. So now, if I can go back into plan mode, let's zoom the range down a little bit. Legs, we'll step through this. There's dials. So you guys see, you can't see it right there. Let's go back one. Oh, now I'm all jacked up. So right here, dials intersection. So I'm gonna fly inbound 4-4. Once we hit dials, we're gonna break off, follow the expressway, and we're gonna land on 3-1. Yeah, Wingman says, don't change the runway in the box. I don't think it will put out a 3-1 path. I don't think it will either. I just didn't want it to yell at me if I don't land on 2-2. I hate it when guys land on YouTube and it's yelling at them like stuff. That's because the box isn't programmed, and it's not a good habit. That's how you end up landing on taxiways and killing everybody. So I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do that here. Max Fernstadt, welcome to the commercial pilot membership on V1 Simulations. Guys, get some positive rates out there for the new member. Max, if you're unfamiliar, make sure you tune into the membership-only content. Right now I'm doing podcast one a month. It's on the V1 After Dark series. And also, if you have Discord, if you sync your YouTube to the Discord channel, you'll gain access to the V1 After Dark channel there on Discord. That's kind of where I keep a closer relationship, closer tabs on things to everybody in the channel. I can answer your questions and things like that. Also, make sure you're checking out the community tab on the page here, on the V1 Simulations YouTube page. I post things specifically to commercial members, such as voting for the next aircraft for the live stream, etc., and things like that. I'll be having a post out here very shortly for the next aircraft stream, so the commercial members get to vote on that, and then that's what they get to see. So make sure you check out the community tab when you get a chance. Also, sync up the Discord if you are running Discord. But thanks for joining the channel, my friend. Good to have you here. Wear those epaulets with pride. Alright, so this looks like a hold at Greco. That's the missed approach hold. That's what I see here. Okay. After LaGuardia, expect vectors. So, perfect. Everything is looking up. We are looking up. This is a beautiful shot coming in here. The city will be off our left down there. That is a sick shot right there. Quite the welcoming committee from Max. Good to see. Absolutely, Dimitri. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate your support and chat there with the positive rate emojis. We are due for some new emojis. I'm still taking emoji ideas. So if you've got an idea for an emoji, pop it in the Discord, pop it in the chat. Maybe I can get that going for you. Dougal McTavish coming in with the donation. It says, thanks for the expressway captain. Dougal, thank you so much, man, for your support in the channel. I hope you're feeling okay. Hope you're in good spirits on this I believe it's Commonwealth. Is that how you refer to it in Europe? Your military service. Thank you. Thanks for being a member of this channel and supporter of the things we do here at V1 Sim. I hope you are in good spirits, my friend. Always happy to see you interacting with us in chat. IMDimitri, juicy orthos. Yes, sir. Ugh. Alright, let's take a look inside here as we come into New York. I want to make sure... Let's go ahead and get lower. Let's descend and maintain 5,000. We'll go level... Uh-oh. Flight level change. Down to 5. Oh, there's the Guardia right there. So what we need to do, I'm gonna do self vector. We're gonna go heading select, and we're gonna take us down New York City. So what I want to do is set up green invalid. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to do it. I know there's a way to extend the line. We're just going to go ahead and set that up for now. Heading select. This box is awful big. Let's go ahead and descend and maintain a 3,000. This is probably not legal, but we're going to do it for cinematic effects. Get the speed brakes out there. That is a sick shot right there. Bryce, Leonard, bonjour. Oh man, I am not good at foreign language, but thank you so much for your support and being here in the channel. Really appreciate that donation. Thank you so much, my friend. Dimitri says, V1, we need to get you a water lua. Yeah, I know, man. I do need a water lua. Sometimes I just get so tired of adding different luas and stuff, you know? But I do need to get one. That is on the list. I should probably do that after the stream. Go ahead, retract those speed brakes. There is our Freedom Tower. Oh, that sounds cool. Central Park down here in the foreground. We're going to go ahead and reduce speed to 210. Come left, heading a 23, or let's make it 225. I was really hoping I had a different wing view on this side. That's cool. Dougal says broken record, but 126 watching and only 77 likes. Thank you, Dougal. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, guys, I'm doing this expressway visual. I normally don't ask for likes very much, but I'm going completely out of my comfort zone here. We're going to shoot the expressway visual in an airplane that I'm not typed in. It's only my second landing ever. We're going to do a full send in LaGuardia here. We need an ejector seat emoji. Romulus, I love it. All right, we're going to have to do an ejector seat emoji. That will be coming up. I will make an ejection seat emoji. Eject, eject. That's great. That is pretty cool. Empire State Building. My sister used to work up there in that building. Andre says low flyby on 20 with the go around at the end of the runway for the veterans. Ooh, we could do a go around, but I want to do the expressway visual. I mean, I guess we could just go ham. We'll see. Slimkin says Microsoft 2020 Lewis be gone. Yes, sir. I want to quickly run down the aircraft here. Let's get ourselves a little bit different view. Yes, sir. Brooklyn Bridge. So my sister now lives right over here in one of these buildings in Brooklyn Heights. Let's see, we should have passed over Empire State Building. There it is, right there, Empire State Building. There we go, Veterans Day flyover, Empire State Building. Yes, sir. All right, we got to start configuring here. Let's go ahead and reduce speed to 180. We got to start doing some work. Thank you for the subscription there, Bryce Linart. Thank you for the subscription as well for a Dark Operators Gaming. Appreciate it. All right, here comes flap 1, I believe, right? There it is. Flaps coming to 1. So slow. Gosh, I have a hard time believing that that's accurate, but maybe it is. I haven't been on a 7.5 in a long time, so I just have this painfully slow extension. Painfully slow. Dimitri says you should do a hold around Ground Zero in Manhattan. Fly over the, do a hold over the building there. We might do a low pass situation. All right, we're 180 knots. Let's go ahead and come left to. What do we have? DINs, 1700. Descend to maintain. 2000. Level change.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Alright, do you guys want to see a low pass over runway 4 and then back on downwind and then back in for the expressway, or should we just do a full expressway visual off the bat? We could do, I mean, I could try to do a low pass go around. I don't know how good I'll be at it, but we can try it. Alright, here, let's make the hard left turn now. 050. Intercept the Loke. Where's the Loke? There it is. Loke is captured. Oh boy, it wants to capture it the wrong direction. Don't do that. Don't do that. Definitely gave myself a poor vector. We're going to fly past the localizer, and then we'll come back around. And now we can resync us up here. Boom, boom. Alright, as we turn back inbound, looking good, looking good. Oh, did I call it the Empire State Building? Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, Statue of Liberty. I call it the Empire State Building. Sure looks great. There it is, Empire State. No, man, that's the Statue of Liberty. Alright, let's go ahead and just go full-blown approach mode now. And let's start bringing it back. We want to be configured. There's dials up there. What was our initial ref? Was 125, so we said 130, right? So let's go ahead and bring it back. Glide slope and a Loke are standing by. Flaps 5 coming out. Alright, you guys want to see the low pass over runway 4, huh? Okay, just won't let me off the hook easy. There's the Guardia over there. So we'll do a low pass. We'll come back down the river. And are the white tanks here? I don't see them. That's why I have dials right here on the ND. Flaps are coming out. Not enough beer, Dougal. Exactly. Wow, this you really have to plan your flap extension for the speeds, huh? Are we gonna get a double capture here, or did I miss this up? Man, these things are so big. Holy crap. There's a capture. I want to try to get these up here. Alright, flaps are down to land. We're clear to land. Flaps 30. What is that? What'd I do? Gear not down. Oh, yeah. I know we're trying to gear down. Wow, that really yells at you. Oh, it must have been because I extended full flaps. That's the trigger for that. I'll buy it. Gear's coming down. I got you. I got you. Alright, we're going to do a hand flowing. We're going to hand fly this puppy in. We're going to do a low pass. We're going to take it down. I'll do a go around. It'll probably be discombobulated. And then I'll cycle back. So here's Dial's intersection. So this is where we're going to turn right and join the expressway right here on our next pass. I'm going to take it down to 200 feet. And then we will execute a go around. Might make for a cool replay. Alright, auto thrust is coming off.
1,000.
Runway in sight. I should have done maybe a flaps 25 gear up flyover, but it's kind of cool to see low level, completely dirty configuration flyover as well. This would have been a nice approach if we were actually landing right now. Alright, let's level it off. About 100 feet, RA. That's for you guys. That's pretty sick, though. Tower view. We'll give them the old wing rock. Alright, let's execute a go around.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
And go around. There we go. Positive rate. I think we go flaps up a notch. Gear up. Go around. To help me out, I'm going to go Command A. Heading select. Set 2000. Flight level change. And I want to go heading select. And we'll go auto thrust back on. Speed 250. Actually, we'll come up to 210. Actually, why aren't you engaging? Why aren't you engaging? What is happening to my auto thrust? Auto throttle. Give me my throttles back. Oh, this is actually a good stall character, so we get to see how well it's modeled. A little bit of a buffet there. Alright, let's come left. Alt capture. Alright, speed's coming back up. Flaps 20. Now, if I could just get you to heading select. Beautiful. Speed's coming back up. We'll clean up the airplane. And we'll take it back down the river. We'll set up for the expressway 231. Victory 205, turn left, heading turn left heading 295, maintain 210 knots. Left turn 295, speed 210 for Victory 205. Flaps coming 5. Dimitri donated $20 Canadian through Super Chat. Says, thank you for the tribute and for all you do for this hobby of ours. Dimitri, thank you, my friend, for all you have done, your military service, and for all your support on this channel. Without men like you and all your brothers in arms out there across the globe, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So my real appreciation is for you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel, my friend. Glad to see you here. And let's get this bird on the ground with some butter. Alright, so what we need to do is recycle the approach here. I wonder if I can reprogram this in the box here. Let's get the airplane flying in the right direction first. So I want to come back. Let's go, let's go down so that's the Hudson, and then let's go down. Help me out, guys. Hudson and, gosh, I'm drawing a blank. The river on this side, not the Hudson, the other one. I can't believe I can't think of the name right now. We'll come down this one here. Now, real quick, let's see if I can go Route 2. Nope. Arrival. ILS 4. Execute. Legs. Perfect. Perfect. We got the ILS 4 back in there, so we're going to use that for our arrival. Got manual thrust. This thing flies great with manual thrust. I don't even have the auto thrust on. Look at that. 210. Beautiful. I will say I feel this plane is outdated, even though they've updated a lot of stuff with the avionics and stuff. It just, like, between the sounds and the interface on options, it just feels like they're really trying to continue to put lipstick on pigs. But I will give them credit where credit is due. And the flight model, especially hand flying this thing on the Honeycomb, I just see Andre coming in there. How's it feel to fly on the Honeycomb? It feels phenomenal. It really does. The hand flying characteristics of this airplane are fantastic. So I know I give a lot of grief out there for, saying it's outdated and stuff like that. But it really is, East River, duh. Is it? Okay, yeah. So it does fly great. Let's go ahead and go auto throttle arm. Can I do it here? Let's see if it'll do it. Nope. Speed. 210 for me. Will it do it? We'll stay at 200. Yep. Alright. Beautiful. Alright, let's take a look down this side. Let's do another flyby here. This is a big apartment complex right here. This really tall building. It's pretty cool from the ground. When you look at it, you can see they have like an arboretum or some kind of plant in the middle, so you can see straight through the building. Empire State Building. Let's get it right this time. Empire State Building. Flyby view. Brooklyn Bridge in the foreground. I swear, guys, I think my sister's building is like one of these two right here. Freedom Tower. Ground Zero Memorial Center down there. And the Statue of Liberty. Alright, let's pay attention here. We are, actually, we're looking good. I'm going to correct right maybe 5 degrees. Interesting lighting situation that we have going on here with the clouds. Another flyby. That's a nice shot right there. All right, guys. Let's get this puppy on the ground. What do we got? We've got green. What is green's initial altitude supposed to be at? 2,700 feet. We're at 2,000. We're below that. Let's go ahead and start configuring. Let's bring speed back to 180. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the flight path vector. So when I hit FPV, what happens is it's almost like it's exactly like an Airbus, where you can see your reference, your flight path reference to the horizon. So it's hard to tell right now. Let me make this bigger. It's kind of masked by the regular flight director, but this is just like the FPV mode, or give me the bird in the Airbus, and essentially it's a little airplane, and if you split this circle in half, you're exactly wings level. If you put the tip of the tail at the horizon line down, that's a 3-degree descent rate, and you can judge climb rate and stuff like that. So it makes it it's very useful for doing complete visual approaches, and for something like this where we're going to do the expressway visual. Now let me get my screen set up so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. I mean, I don't know, do you guys like it when I do this? I feel like it's hard to see in real time the actual screens when I don't set these up. So this one's just hard to manipulate. All right. Let's go ahead and go flaps 215. Victory 205, turn left, heading 140. Left turn 140, victory 205. Cameron Huxford, hey V1, how's it going? Just wondering, are you a captain or FO? I'm a captain, my friend. Golden Gate Bridge, Eiffel Tower. Yeah, we got all kinds of weird stuff out here, huh? Statue of Liberty. I can't believe I messed that up. That's funny. Alright. Victory 205, left turn 060, intercept a localizer, runway 4. Cleared, expressway, a visual. Runway 31. Alright, we're going to intercept the loc. We just captured it. We want to be configured by dials intersection as we come around the corner here. Now in real life it's much, I think the visual references are going to be much easier to follow, so I don't know exactly how this is going to turn out, but we're going to give it a shot. I can't wait to do this approach in Microsoft 2020 because I'm sure these white tanks will be here. These are very prominent landmarks. That's why they're on the chart. White tanks, right turn, left turn. Here we go. I'm going to start configuring early. 160. Flaps coming to 20. Do I still have dials? I don't know if I still have dials. Let me real quick go back into index. No, how did I get that fix info page? No, it's still in there. Dials. Okay. I don't need all that. All right, here we go. Approach mode is armed. Glide slope is ready. I think, is there any altitude references on here? There's really not, is there? One cleared expressway, dials turn right and fly. Essentially, you want to be stable at 1,000 configured at dials here. and then turning inbound. This will be interesting, guys. This will be interesting. FMC message, insufficient fuel. Oh boy, that means we gotta get on the ground. 4.9. We're looking good. Dimitri says I'll put up a link of the nice water lure on the Discord. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Alright, so there's Guardia. I don't see any white tanks. I'm really looking. Do not see them here. Do we see City Field? Is that City Field right there? Nope, that's the airport. It's really hard to see from this far out. Well, we'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and reduce to 150. Let's see if I can go flaps 25 without putting the gear down. I know it yelled at me when I went flaps 30. I don't want to put the gear down until I have to. There we go. Flaps 25. Rose Jackson, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm doing just fine. Yes, it is one-legger. We are doing the expressway visual into runway 4 right now. Alright, let's go ahead and bug ref 130. Gear down. Down in 3 green. Flaps 30. Disengage. Auto thrust disengage. I'm doing this completely manual. Go ahead and turn the flight directors off. I might have to turn my track IR on for this. I'm going to have to turn my track IR on for this, so I apologize if it makes it a little bit blurry. I'll keep it off for now, but this is one of those approaches where maybe I can do it like this. The track IR. Alright, so here's dials. Here's the expressway. Let's make our right turn. So now we're going to get glide slope warnings for runway 4, but that's associated. We're 1,000 feet stable. VREF is 130. Low fuel. What do you want?
1,000.
I don't know what it's yelling. It wants a fuel config light. Oh, I need the transfer pumps on. I don't know if that's, let's fly the airplane. Let's get her on the ground here. Follow the expressway. Auto flight, or autopilot is off, yes, acknowledged. And let's go ahead and turn approach mode off. Oh. Oh, that's why. Yep, second flight director off, just like an Airbus. Alright, we got to keep coming down here. We're still 1,000 feet, a little high. Looking to be about 500 feet at the 90. Speed 130. Oh, Carl Childers coming in with a $25 donation. My friend, I can't get to your comment just a second. I will read it here in a minute. I apologize. There's 500 at the 90. Keep coming down. Speed 128. We're 2 knots
500.
below ref. Keep her coming around. Keep her coming around. Look at that. Coming up on the Pappies on the right-hand side. Just a tad high. 2 whites, 2 reds, 200 feet. Now we're talking.
100.
Stable, landing.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
What? We're down. Reversers. I was really hoping for a butter there. A little bit of a float. 70 knots. Manual braking. Stow the buckets. Victory 205. A left turn at your discretion. Taxi to the ramp, monitoring ground. Happy Veterans Day. Yes, sir. We can make the left here. Look at that. 48 feet above the threshold. Just a hair left of center line. But 48 feet of the threshold. I'll take care of that. I will take that. Let's go ahead and clean it up. Welcome to LaGuardia. Ooh, baby. Let's fire up the APU. Carl Childress said, great stream. Appreciate the dedication and show for today's Veterans Day commemoration. Keep up the good work, Skipper. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for supporting the channel, hanging out with us here. Thank you again for your service. Thank you all military members out there. This stream is dedicated for you guys. Christian Woolley, do you fly the 7.5 in real life? No, but it sure looked like it, didn't it, when I flew that approach? Roger Morris says, a little bit in awe. You handling that 7.5 in your second outing. Really cool. Thank you, Roger. Appreciate it, man. I was hoping we'd get a little bit more butter there. I didn't realize, I didn't see how that was that firm. But, hey, I will take it. No complaints here. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And we'll make the right turn over here. Oh, I cut that turn too short. And you know what? We will... Who's over there? JetBlue? No, we're going to put it here on this ramp. This is where a lot of the private 757s park. Like a glove. Brake set. APU is up. Welcome to New York's LaGuardia. Alright, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at that replay. I'll catch up with some of these comments here. I don't want to open the doors and stuff and attach ground equipment because I don't know if that will mess with the replay. So I'm going to go ahead and disable real view here. That's my little head shake add-on that you guys see sometimes when we're going down the runway. Does cause crashes in replay mode though, so. Alright, let's go replay mode. I have no idea how Flight Factor is going to handle it. Ah, that's a good one here. Let's go ahead and hit play. And we're going to go here. And let's move it forward a little bit. Right there. So let's go ahead and watch from out the wing view here. Winging it says aim to be halfway around base to final at the crotch. of the Lie on Whitestone Expressway at the mouth of Flushing Bay. Yes, sir. Dougal test should be continuous descent from dials. Yes, pretty much, Dougal. And that'll kind of depend on the airplane that you're flying, but anything big in there in the Airbus, it's pretty much a continuous descent from dials inbound. Like I said, rough estimate, 500 feet at the 90, and then rolling out. You should be rolling out ideally wings level at 200 feet or so, and then 100 stable is your absolute min. Jeff Baird, how do I like the 757? I enjoy it, man. I really enjoy it in real life. I think it's a beautiful airplane. I wish... I don't know. I mean, this airplane is good. Do I think it's overpriced? Yes. But that's flight factor, and that's just my opinion. But as far as the hand-flying characteristics, I said this a little bit earlier in the stream, I really, really enjoy the hand-flying characteristics of this airplane. Combine that with the honeycomb yoke that I'm using right now, it feels phenomenal. I really enjoy flying it with the honeycomb yoke. I think that makes a big difference. So I'm gonna move this. We're gonna come over here a little bit. That's kind of what you'd be seeing out the window here. We go wing low. Wing it says Bug 135. Spec Life, you don't follow the glide slope. Yeah, you don't. Well, you can follow the glide slope for 4, because you basically want to be. That'll take you above dials of roughly about 1,000 or just over 1,000 feet, and that's kind of what you're aiming for. You don't have to follow the glide slope for 4, but it's just kind of an additional aid, situational awareness, right? It's all about having maximum situational awareness. Douglas says like. Yes, sir. Like it up, but I mean, this is the view you're seeing here as you're coming in. It is pretty low. Romulus, thanks for the butter. Awesome job. New Guinea says once or twice, then left. It was just I did a flyby, a fully configured flyby for a veterans over runway 4. And then we did a visual back into expressway of 22. Or, I'm sorry, 3-1, Expressway 3-1. Landing plugin I'm using, it's just your standard landing rate plugin. The one that's on the far left of the screen, that pops up there, 47 feet off the threshold and things like that. I don't know where that was. It doesn't exist anymore. But that was my favorite one because it gives me this information here. You aim to be 50 feet above the threshold and center line and stuff like that. The other one doesn't do that. I don't know where to get this plugin anymore, though. I do not know. Let's go ahead and watch a few more for the internal here. Get a little bit of audio in here. Whoop. Let's go ahead and watch it from the right side. So as a passenger, you're coming in here and you just start seeing this water. You're like, where are we landing? Where are we landing? Interesting shadow. Boom. Wing flex. Gosh, I love it. Let's take a look at one from the tower here as we make the turn in. That's a cool shot right there. Let's go into the tower. Then we'll do... I'm gonna save the one runway shot for last. That's the wrong tower. LaGuardia Tower. I don't know why it's putting me over here. That's kind of silly. Oh, that is weird. Ooh, baby. Oh, that looked pretty juicy. I don't know, man. I was right on the center line too. Landing plugin's probably a little off, but that looked pretty darn good to me. Rolling out here. I rolled out just a hair early on the rollout there. Dougal says, thank you so much, awesome stream. Thank you, Dougal. A little high on the flare. That's an Airbus thing, man. That's me trying to flare like an Airbus. Oh, that looked good. Alright, guys. I'm going to leave you with a few more replays in the external view. Let's take a look at the runway shot here. And one last time, thank you to all the veterans and military members out there across the globe. I know Commonwealth Day for Europe and the UK, and all the allies that fight together, all my U.S. veterans that fight for freedom, allow me to do what I do because of men and women like yourselves. So again, thank you so much for your service, guys and gals, and I hope you enjoyed this stream into New York's LaGuardia Airport. I hope to catch you all soon. I don't know if I'll be streaming another time this week. I start a trip here on Wednesday, and I got to take care of some things tomorrow, so it might be a little quiet this week. I'll do my best to get another video out there for you. But until next time, guys, I hope you have a blessed day wherever you're watching from, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Enjoy the last couple of replays here, and I will see you guys later.